Hi, I got your energy stories for the fourth week of September 2022. Well, the U.S. Department of Energy announced it will now accept applications for up to 10 hydrogen hubs that will receive a total of $7 billion. At least 4 hubs will be selected in this process, including one focused on production and utilization of green hydrogen from renewables, one from blue hydrogen utilizing carbon capture and storage, and one from pink hydrogen relying on nuclear energy. Concept papers are due by November 7th of this year, with full applications required by April 7th of 2023. Well, surprise! First it was solar modules, then batteries, and now Bloomberg New Energy Finance reports that Chinese electrolyzers are up to 4 times less expensive than Western equivalents, and they may dominate global markets by the second half of this decade. China's got this thing where it can just scale up modular production for these types of devices. And here, Bloomberg estimates that the price of a Chinese alkaline electrolyzer system comes in at about $343 per kilowatt versus $1,200 in the West. Competitive Power Ventures says it will build a $3 billion 1,800 megawatt gas-fired combined cycle generation plant with carbon capture and storage in West Virginia. Expected to be operational later in this decade, it will rely on an enhanced 45Q federal tax credit for carbon capture projects. The plant's technology is expected to remove 90 to 95% of the CO2 from emissions. New Jersey Governor Phil Murphy just issued an executive order to increase the state's offshore wind energy goals from 7,500 megawatts by 2035 to 11,000 megawatts by 2045. Further expansion is possible, as the State Board of Public Utilities was directed in the order to study the feasibility of increasing the target. To date, 3 offshore projects totaling 3,700 megawatts have been approved, with the first wind farm expected to be operational by mid-decade. Rental car company Hertz Corporation committed last week to take up to 175,000 electric vehicles from GM, adding to its existing fleet from Tesla and Polestar. Deliveries should start early next year, commencing with the Chevy Bolt and the Bolt EUV, a small SUV. Rental car adoption matters, since more than 10% of all U.S. cars and 25% of all vehicle miles traveled are rentals, according to the American Car Rental Association. California produce supplier Taylor Farms has had enough of local power quality issues, so it's collaborated with fuel cell company Bloom Energy on developing a microgrid at its 450,000 square foot facility. The system includes 6 megawatts of fuel cells running on natural gas, 2 megawatts of solar panels, and another 2 megawatts of batteries. The plant will remain grid-tied for now, at least until Taylor Farms is convinced it can operate on its own. Grid defection may become a growing thing if utilities cannot adequately address costs and reliability issues. Bloom Energy also revealed plans to install a 240 kilowatt electrolyzer demonstration project at Xcel Energy's Prairie Island nuclear plant in Minnesota to produce emissions-free hydrogen. Bloom expects to start building the electrolyzer late next year and start running it in early 2024, with the high heat and steam from the nuclear facility feeding into Bloom's electrolyzer to produce zero-carbon hydrogen more efficiently, using about 40% less energy than competing technologies requiring lower temperatures. In California, a Tesla Megapack lithium battery caught fire at the 182 megawatt Moss Landing energy storage facility. The fire closed down nearby Highway 1 and triggered a shelter-in-place order for local residents. As of late in the week, the cause of the fire had not yet been disclosed, and Tesla and local utility PG&E will conduct a joint investigation. In happier battery news, flow battery company ESS announced a deal to supply up to 200 megawatts and 2,000 megawatt hours of long-duration flow batteries to Sacramento Municipal Utility District. These batteries, with lifespans up to 25 years, are expected to come online beginning in 2023, and ESS will construct facilities for battery assembly, operations, and maintenance in Sacramento. And finally, Swedish Electric aircraft developer Heart Aerospace has rolled out its ES-30 hybrid electric regional aircraft for up to 30 passengers. Operational by 2028, it should reach a pure electric range of about 125 miles. Well, those are the energy stories from this week. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again next week.